Welcome to another episode of Truth Traveler with Tony Sweet. Well, we traveled up north to Virginia City, Nevada, located about 35 miles southeast of Reno. Virginia City was a thrilling, vibrant metropolis of 25,000 residents. In the shadow of Mount Davidson, its hills made millionaires. Men and women traveled from around the world to live and work, mining the silver and gold buried deep beneath the streets. Miners pulled millions of dollars from shafts and tunnels 3,000 feet beneath the thriving town. The Comstock Lode, a rich deposit of silver ore discovered by Henry Comstock in 1859, made Virginia City the most important industrial city between Denver and San Francisco. The prospectors who came from all around the world funneled their millions back into their town. They built mansions, hospitals, churches, opera houses, and schools, as well as imported furniture, fashions, and entertainment from Europe and the Orient. With more than 100 mines, 7 million tons of silver ore were produced around Virginia City, whose riches financed the U.S. government during the Civil War, saving the Union. It also helped build empires around the world. Perhaps the best and finest known example is San Francisco, a city built by Comstock Silver. In the Big Bonanza of 1873, the mines of Virginia City produced at least $300 million in mineral deposits. But mining was a hard way to earn a living. With temperatures of 100 degrees, 300 feet down a mine shaft, it required deep concentration from the person operating the elevator. The people of Virginia City worked hard and played hard. Away from the mine, Comstockers enjoyed performances of Piper Opera House, which still stands today, as well as playing baseball, a favorite pastime, and would unwind after a long day at Virginia City's more than 100 saloons. Many Comstockers are buried in the Silver Terrace cemeteries, a series of terraces steps dramatically located on a steep hillside of Virginia City. Beginning in the 1860s, fraternal, civic, and religious groups established burial yards on the hillside. These groups included the Masons, Pacific Coast Pioneers, Knights of the Pythias, Virginia City Firemen, Wilson and Brown, Improved Order of Redmond, Roman Catholic, and the city and the county. Very few of the adults buried in these cemeteries were born in Nevada. The birthplaces noted throughout prove the scope of the immigration and the makeup of those who supported the Comstock mining industries. In these cemeteries, nearly every plot has a decorative border, typically of the Victorian era. The features of these burial places reflect a wide variety of styles and designs, with markers ranging from wood to metal to cut stone. The Silver Terrace cemeteries qualified for a Save America's Treasures grant through the National Park Service, and an ongoing restoration is underway. One of America's literary heroes, Mark Twain, once worked as a journalist, writing for the Virginia City Territorial Enterprise, which delivered news of the day to the city's 25,000 residents. From the wooden sidewalks to buildings dating back to the 1800s, it's no wonder there are these tales of ghostly happenings making Virginia City one of the most haunted towns in Nevada. The 142-year-old Silver Queen Hotel spirits have been caught on security cameras, and with paranormal activity occurring in rooms 11 and 13 has been frightening guests for years. The old Woshu Club, known as the Millionaires Club, was known as the exclusive high-status meeting place for the men of Virginia City, with a brothel up the spiral staircase with a larger freezer called the Crypt. It is no wonder strange happenings occurred here. For many years, the death toll of this club was on a roll. An explosion killed 12 people in 1873, several suicides, missing prostitutes, and bodies stored in this crypt all could account for the sense of spirits in the Woshu Club. Piper's Opera House was burned down twice, leaving the third rendition of the building standing, and people today can still see some entities performing, watching, or setting up for a big show. Some of the most haunted areas of the Opera House are the balcony, attic, and basement. On the morning of October 26, 1875, a raging fire would dramatically change Virginia City in more ways than one. The blaze, which started at the bordering house of Crazed Kate, roared through the town, fueled by dry timbers and zephyr winds. In nearly an instant, 8,000 people were homeless. The total losses estimated $10 million. However, casualties were low and restoration of the town began immediately. It took less than a year to rebuild, including a 6-story international hotel, which hosted the first elevator in Nevada. It has been suggested Comstock millionaire John Mckay may have made a deal with the devil to save his famous Mckay Mansion. While the Great Fire burned nearby areas, the mansion was unharmed. Although the mansion still remains intact, 7 or more spirits have been seen inside and around the mysterious mansion. Mckay's wife has been heard wandering through the halls, searching for her lost lover. Mining accidents were terrible, but frequent in Virginia City. In 1869, a total of 37 miners were tragically killed, with their bodies never been recovered. At the Gold Hill Hotel, it has been said that the miners' spirits still reside in several rooms in their favorite cabin in the back. Keep an eye out for William, the cigar-smoking spirit who has been seen sitting on the bed in room number 5. George Holmes, along with Bruce Menard, discovered the Silver Queen mine in December of 1933, which revived mining activity throughout the district. And in 11 months of the 1934, Holmes shipped 300 carloads of ore to the American Smelting and Refining Company, which yielded $600,000. The Los Angeles Times reported a huge gold strike in the Mojave, and another rush was on. Well, this was another episode of Truth Traveler. We hope you enjoyed, and once again, please leave your comments of your experience of Virginia City, Nevada. Did you see a ghost? I didn't, but hopefully I'd like to hear your stories. Where should we go next? Please like and subscribe, and once again, thank you for listening to Truth Travelers with Tony Sweet.